This week on John Thielen's Destination Fish, we start out chasing summertime smallmouth bass in clear water. This can be a tough time of the year before the fish transition to bigger baits in the fall, and today we are faced with just that scenario. John Thielen's Destination Fish is brought to you by Lindy Fishing Tackle and Alumacraft Boats. There he is. That one might be a decent fish, yeah. Oh yeah, you got a little something to him now. Man, I'll tell you, this is some fun fishing, and here's what we're gonna do today. What we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about light tackle and smallmouth bass, because this is becoming a deal that is so, oh yeah, good fish. He's gonna go.
There we got him.
There we go. You can tell he was gonna make that move. All right, look at that. Great fish to start with. Here's what we're gonna do though. We're gonna talk light tackle and smallmouth bass, because this is becoming a bigger deal all the time, because fish like that, they're living and they're growing big in all of these natural bodies of water that are clearing up because of zebra mussels. These fish are changing. They're not just the slam, boom, bang fish that they used to be. And a lot of times what you gotta do is you gotta change your presentation to catch them. You gotta use more finesse. You gotta be a lot more subtle, and you gotta be a lot carefuler with these fish if you wanna make them bite. And that's what we're gonna talk about today, is tactics to catch fish, smallmouth bass, in these clearing waters. Because I'll tell you what, if you put some of this stuff we're gonna show you today to use, you're gonna catch a lot more fish, because these lakes are changing.
Well, I think I got one pick me up, John. Yep.
Got him?
Yep.
Ooh, that looks like a decent fish, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not,
Thing about smallmouth on light tackle is they're
crazy.
all great, right? Because, you know, this isn't your normal bass stuff.
yeah, that's a decent fish.
So let's talk a little bit about baits we're using. Oh yeah, good fish. Come here, come here, come here. Nice fish, bud. Look at that one. I'm gonna give him to you. Go ahead and just grab him. If you can get him. There we go. Look at that, what a nice fish.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Finessed him right in.
Man, he just engulfed that fat cat. So here's something I want to explain to you.
That's
Awesome
a nice fish, John.
All day long, man.
Beauty.
That's
Thanks
a great
for playing,
fish.
bud.
Couple things. One, we're fishing that mid-August time frame, okay? This time of the year, here's what I'll tell you. These fish in clear water are still feeding on small baits, okay? And when you're in clear water, small baits can make such a big difference. We're not to that point yet where you hear about guys on Mille Lacs Lake, and then a lot of other fisheries for that matter, going to big baits, big sucker minnows, big live bait in the fall. Look at what we're using here. I mean, you look at this. This is just a simple ball head jig from Great Lakes Finesse. And then this is what's called the fat cat. That little plastic right there, I mean, most people would look at that and say,
Couple
boy,
inches long.
yeah. They'd say that's small for the size fish we're catching. But the size fish we're catching in this clear water, this is what they're tuned in on, and they can see so well that you wanna have something that is the size of what they're eating. Here's the other thing I'll tell you too, that is a big deal fishing clear water. I'm gonna just grab this rod, because I just wanna show everybody this.
Fluoro.
Simple swivel up here, okay? That's a Lindy no snag swivel. And then what we're doing is just a couple feet of fluorocarbon, but man, we're not talking big, heavy duty, go get it stuff. 6-pound fluorocarbon, really lightweight. We're making sure that it's finesse, fish can't see us. And then we're using medium light rods with spinning
Keep your
tackle.
drags light too.
Right, you got
These
it.
fish are gonna pull, you gotta let them pull and just take it.
These fish, they're gonna make
They're
runs
powerful.
on you.
That first time he saw the net, he got a whole nother run on them.
Yep.
And if you didn't have a loose drag right there, that 6 pound is gonna snap on you.
Yep.
They got a lot of power.
Finesse fishing for smallmouth. I'll
fun.
tell you what, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Nice fish. John Thielen's Destination Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Bunch over here.
There he is, right
You got
there.
one going there.
Yep. Got him. You put me right on this one.
I was looking at the ones over here.
I like it. Ooh, yeah. Good fish. Here we go.
Oh!
Oh, man, he decided to go right at the boat. And I tell you what, he came up a little easier than I expected. So
he was jumping.
Right, he was on his way north. Great fish. Look at that, man. This is so fun. Smallmouth bass on light tackle. I got to tell you, it's an overlooked thing. And there's days, and I'm going to tell you, today is one of those days where if you were using big baits, this bite is definitely off. We have had to work hard to catch fish, but because of what we're fishing in these smaller baits, we're getting these fish to bite. It's taken time and it's taken work, but I guarantee you, there's days where you come out and you do this and you don't catch them. Okay, so I want to take a minute now and show you what we're using, because this is a really cool small tackle company, and now it's just, the secret's just kind of getting out. There's been a lot of guys using this stuff that nobody knew about, okay? But here's the deal. It is a really, really neat product. This is called Great Lakes Finesse that we're using today, and you're just gonna see it hit Midwestern shelves this year, okay? Stealth ball head jigs. They come in a couple different sizes. We're fishing the 1/8 ounce today, a couple different colors, but everything about these jigs, it's matte finishes, and the paint is baked on these jigs. And here's what that means. We're fishing rocks today. We are not losing any of the paint on our jigs because it's baked on there. And then we talked about it earlier, and I'll talk about it again because it matters with smallmouth bass. That Gamakatsu hook is stout. I mean, you can't bend that hook. And then a few different plastics. Flat cat, okay? This is a 2.2-inch bait. It's a small little stealthy bait. Here is a 4-inch drop worm, okay? Again, a bunch of different colors. And then the 2.75-inch drop minnow. These are the packages you're looking for. And the other thing I want to tell you is, when you look at this, you're not going to see a whole ton of that bright, flashy stuff. What you're going to see is natural stuff. But one of the things I want you to pay attention to when you're looking at this stuff is all of it is designed in such a way where it's not super shiny. One of the things about smallmouth bass, when you look down in the water, you don't see a lot of shiny stuff that bass are feeding on. They're feeding on stuff that's down in the bottom. When it comes down to it, these matte finishes are phenomenal. And then the last piece I'll tell you is, because they're smaller micro baits, it is absolutely phenomenal, the action that you see on these baits by barely moving it. One of the things I want to show you too, this is a Flambeau half satchel. This is probably the best plastic storage that I have ever seen, because you can split it all up and you can see, I mean, I've got my whole Great Lakes Finesse assortment in this box. It's got Z-rust in it, so your hooks aren't gonna rust. I'll tell you what, really, really cool product. It's called the Flambeau half satchel. You can check these out at flambeauoutdoors.com. But you wanna make storing your plastics a lot easier, this is the way to do it right here. There he is. Got him, yep. Took off like a bullet toward the front end. This feels like a pretty good fish, yeah. Look at that, good fish. I don't think we're done yet. Here we go. Come in here, bud. Look at that. Ooh, big boy. Look at that.
A big Mille Lacs smallie there.
Look at that, that sure is, man.
That's a dandy, John. Nice fish, man.
That right there is a great way to wrap it up. Pat and I get to get out and fish a couple times a year, and you know what? We do this smallmouth thing because it's so much fun. But next time you are faced with a scenario where the fish just don't need to be on the chew, when those big fish right there, they can decide what they want to do and the bite isn't on fire, or you're fishing clear water, pressured water, whatever it is, fish more stealth. Switch to something finesse. Go out and fish these fish just like you would vertical jigging a walleye, and you're gonna be surprised at how many fish you're gonna catch, how many big fish you're gonna catch. Use your electronics, downsize everything you own. You do that, and smallmouth like that, the big ones are still gonna bite. They're just gonna bite something smaller. John Thielen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors.